Hey, good afternoon, everyone. It's Pastor Bramick. It is Tuesday, November the 4th. Happy Election Day. It's also time for our daily devotions. We are turning back to the Psalms today, and we're looking at Psalm 31. And I'm just going to read the first verse. In you, O Lord, I have taken refuge. Let me never be put to shame. Deliver me in your righteousness. So we've talked about this before because it is a constant theme throughout the Psalms. And it's a constant theme throughout living in the Old Testament, living in Old Testament times, and not just in Israel, but in all the nations, that they all had this concept, this understanding of shame, that shame was what you wanted to avoid more than anything else. It was the loss of your reputation. It was the loss of your honor, so that you would not be seen in the community as having honor, but having shame. And if you had shame, it was literally worse than death. Because nobody would want to associate with you. No one would want to talk with you. No one would want to do business with you. No one would want to have you at their table. You would go to a gathering and people would give you looks and be hateful. And, if you remember, Joseph, when he finds out Mary is pregnant with Jesus, even, he seeks to divorce her quietly, because he knows if he divorces her publicly, she would have this awful sense of shame on her that she would never be able to get rid of. We talked about the example from Isaiah chapter 4 in Bible class on Sunday, that, in one of the times that the prophets talked about, Isaiah talked about, where Israel was in ruin and all her men were gone, all the women who were left, which, there was a great number of many women left, and it would say 7 women for one man, that they were all willing to share this one man so that they could have his name. And his name would restore their honor, because then they would be married, they would have a purpose, they could bear children, they could be wives and mothers, and, to them, and to that civilization, to that culture, that was how you would not be shamed after, having your country decimated. You would not wind up as a widow, but you would have a husband who would look out for you, protect you, children who would do the same. And so, you would have that. David starts out today with his psalm talking about God as a refuge, not just from physical arrows and bows and enemies and people who are going to hurt you physically, but the refuge concept here is you can hide within God, and the walls of God's fortress, the walls of God's refuge, don't just protect you physically, but they protect you socially, and they protect you from this fate that is worse than death in the ancient Old Testament world. That God gives you, what we talk about with Jesus, God gives us a new reputation. He takes away your shame. We have verses in the New Testament that speak to this. And, I would distinguish this against denominations like the Greek Orthodox, which talk about original sin as only affecting a condition, that Jesus saves you from the condition of death. But no, that's not accurate. Original sin brings a sense of shame, right? Adam and Eve knew they were naked in the garden and they felt shame. And that says that sin is more than just about bringing about the condition of death. Sin also brings about a communal sense of alienation from one another and from God, that God looks upon us with that we are shamed. But Jesus takes our shame away. Jesus takes our shame upon himself when he dies on the cross. And by doing so, he gives us his reputation as righteous, and he, dies with our shame, with our sin. And so that really is helping us to understand the full extent of the crucifixion and what it means. Especially, we really need to look at it through the ancient lens of ancient Israel. Old Testament Israel. That's how we really get a fuller and a deeper understanding of the crucifixion. So, okay, let's continue with the Lord's Prayer. Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever and ever. Amen. The Lord bless you and keep you. The Lord make his face to shine upon you and be gracious unto you. The Lord lift his countenance upon you and give you his peace. Amen. Okay, announcements for today. Mahjong is happening Thursday at 10 a.m. I finally have the time. 10 a.m. Grief Share is happening this coming Thursday at 7 p.m. We're having a trustee meeting after church this coming Sunday to talk about the future. Also, if you're a Hazlet resident, we could use your help. The city of Hazlet is going to be discussing having a public hearing about our rezoning request this coming, I believe it's Monday. Hold on. Yes, it is Monday, November the 10th, Martin Luther's birthday. How appropriate to rezone our now the southern part of our campus to be public institutional. So if you want to come and if you're a Hazlet resident and they offer you the comment to speak in favor of the motion, you could do so. We may not need it, but hey, we just want to make sure that this goes through. Email newsletter is coming out tomorrow. We've got some other stuff happening. We'll be announcing our midweek Advent theme very soon. We do have an evangelism meeting happening next week, next Wednesday night at 7 p.m. or no, 6 p.m. Because we're having pizza. And let's see. I know there's some other stuff. It'll be in the email newsletter. So God bless you. Thank you for watching. And we will see you tomorrow for more daily devotions.